I took the jump and started training through the local SCIT programme. The SCIT provided a really well-tailored training course, years training that was really bespoke to your needs. So everyone worked at different paces depending on what they needed. We got really bespoke support from different members of staff. It was a really nice way of training. To be honest, the process of applying to become a teacher was quite daunting. There's all sorts of different routes and things like that, but I stuck with it, and I used the Get Into Teaching website, which I think is a national thing that's available, where there are people on hand that you can speak to about how the application process works and everything like that. And one of the biggest benefits for me, as someone that was older, was the bursaries that are available for training at the moment, because it allowed me to do it, because I've just got bills and mortgages to pay and stuff like that. So the bursaries are absolutely a lifeline for people that want to change careers and get into teaching.
I managed to secure a place doing a PGCE and also a GTP, so there was 2 routes for me to go through, and I opted for the GTP route, which obviously doesn't exist now, but it gave you a salary going through, and you were embedded within a school, which was absolutely fantastic for me because I had 3 young children at the time and everything. So did my teacher training in one school. Again, absolutely loved the school, fell in love with the kids there, fell in love with the staff, and ended up doing my NQT, my RQT there, and had quite a quick career progression through the science department as an assistant head of science to a director of science, and then to a vice principal subsequently in the same school.
My wife said, well, why don't you do it? Why are you waiting? So I first of all went and volunteered in my daughter's schools in Australia just to get a feel for it. Loved it, really enjoyed it. My wife was from the East Riding, and so we decided to start looking about coming back here. I did some research online. I found out about Riding Forward, and I actually phoned the teaching school manager here and said, I want to become a teacher, I want to come over. And then I got myself on the Riding Forward course, and luckily for me, I also volunteered in this school just for a bit, just get a bit more experience. And I actually got accepted onto work in this school and teach in this school, or learn to teach in this school. So I did that. I also trained to be a teaching assistant while I was waiting to get onto it, just to get a feel for what it was like I did everything to get as much experience of working with children as possible. And then I did my teaching here, my teaching course here, and also over at Swinemore, my contrasting placement. And then luckily at the end of that year, the headmaster wanted to offer me a position here, and I've been here for 3 years. So Riding Forward is run by the school I'm in, or managed, if you like, by Molescroft School, and it's a group of primary schools who want to recruit trainees, future teachers, and they sort of pull their resources from an admin basis and from a training basis. And instead of students who can go just to the university and they sort out the placements, the schools recruit the students that they want. You still go to university, but you get the training specifically in that school. And the aim is that you are more likely, I think, to be taken on by that school.
I did a music degree, and the route that I went in, at the time it was called the Graduate Teacher Programme. So it's for graduates. I was 25, 26 at the time, and it was a company called EM Direct. We're based down in Nottingham, and it was through here. So it was at Molescroft Primary School that I trained. I trained in year 1. With any of these things, you know, as an older person getting into it and not following a route after university, a PGCE, you know, it's making those choices yourself. It's doing the legwork yourself. So I wrote a letter to every school in the East Riding saying, I would like to take part in this graduate teacher programme. Is there anybody willing to take me on? And it was a really funny story. I did not sign the letter. I forgot to put my name on the bottom of it, didn't sign it. So I would imagine most head teachers probably just screwed it up and threw it in the bin. But Michael Lancaster here rang me up, and it was kind of, from there it just kind of snowballed.